On Bangladesh, millions of people marched capital city Dhaka in protest, demanding the resignation of the ruling Prime Minister Hasina. The local and international media reports that on Saturday, police and ruling party members brutally attacked peaceful demonstrators and opposition leaders, resulting in hundreds of injuries, including the top opposition leader, Mr. Gaishor Rai. How do you assess monitor this escalating situation, considering the government's apparent hardline stance towards the opposition and police brutally? What steps will the State Department take to ensure the possibility of a credible and peaceful election in Bangladesh?
We are concerned about the reports of intimidation and political violence in Bangladesh surrounding this weekend's political protests. We encourage the government of Bangladesh to investigate reports of violence thoroughly, transparently, and impartially, and to hold the perpetrators of violence to account. We urge Bangladesh to create a safe environment for people to peacefully assemble and voice their concerns. And we call on all parties to respect fundamental freedoms and the rule of law, and to refrain from violence, harassment, and intimidation. And I will say finally that free and fair elections depend on the commitment of everyone: voters, political parties, youth wings, and police, and cannot take place in an environment with political violence.
Dear friends, hope you are doing well. I'm wondering if you can hear me so that I can continue this live conversation. So if anyone can, if you can hear me, please let me know so that I can continue. Yeah, I want to discuss about the recent situation in Bangladesh and the political turmoil, the violence, which is apparently instigated by the regime, inciting by the police and law enforcement agency. So can you hear me? My friends, can you hear me? If you can, anyone tell me that you are hearing, just yes or no, so that I can continue. Yes, everybody is watching, I can see, but I need to know whether you are hearing or not. So okay, Dulumia, thank you so much that you told me that you are hearing. Yeah, I will explain in Bangla in my Facebook page right after. But we saw the huge turnout, or marched in Dhaka on last Friday. Millions of people gathered and demanding resignation of the ruling prime minister, and then we saw the next day the opposition protest, how the police and the political and the ruling party exhibit. It was a joint effort. It was a joint operation, I should say. Jointly, they attacked our demonstrators. The people are demanding for the voting rights, and they're demanding election under a neutral caretaker government. And police was very brutal, and the way we saw the very horrified picture and images and photos and videos, and it is now in a whole media world, and it was globally portrayed what happened in the street. and all the international media news outlet released that report. So very briefly, I asked that question in the State Department, and they replied it in a very strong manner. And they said that they're very much concerned. They're observing the brutality or the intimidation. They say the word is intimidation, harassing, the and violence, and this and he categorically he said in this situation that it is difficult to hold a free, fair, and credible election. He said that in this political violence there is no in a political violent situation there is no scope for a free, fair, and credible election. And I asked that question that both the police and law enforcement agency and the ruling party jointly attacked opposition rallies. And one of the top leader, Mr. Garsha Chandra Rai, he injured along with hundreds. And people are raising their voice against this regime, urging for the free, fair, and credible election under a neutral caretaker government. And U.S. position is very clear. That's why they issued visa restriction. And today, he urged Bangladesh to go for a to he urged for the to the authorities for to bring them in justice who the law enforcement agency and the political activity who are the obstructing the peaceful rallies, peaceful demonstration. And he categorically he said there has to be a neutral and non-partisan investigation. So, and I'll make this report very soon, right after, and I will tell what he said exactly, and I'll share the video clips. And the other I saw that which very frustrating piece, that in the name of journalist, one of them joining the press briefing, asking question. Yeah, it's free. Anyone can ask anything, but there has to be a credibility. There has to be I cannot spread rumor. I cannot spread this is not the way to exercise the free press. He asked that question that he's a pro-government person. He asked that question that he categorized BNP as a terrorist party, and he asked for a comment, but the spokesperson did not make, and he said, I don't have any comment. He asked you a question, and the spokesperson naturally he declined to make any comment what he said and what he categorized in the briefing room. So I'll make my report, and obviously you can watch their video and their transcript in the website. So, and because the Bangladesh situation, as I say, and is very crucial now, and government is trying to keep the power by any means. They can do anything to keep the power. We know it very well. So we have to keep open our eyes, and we have to report what's going on, and we have to keep update. And whoever, I'm thankful who are updating me in the various form of the social media, so that I can educate myself, and I can and I saw that all the international media that they made reports on Bangladesh. The regime is basically it was a very peaceful demonstration. It was a very peaceful march we saw in Friday, and next day they declared their next event on Saturday, and how they attacked the opposition rallies and the protesters, including the leaders. And so I'll continue my reporting, and hopefully I'll just describe, and I'll make my report, both my news outlet, and you will be able to watch. And obviously you are free to share, but make sure don't don't make the headline what you believe, what you think, what I'm not saying. So you are free to share, it's open. But I saw which is very frustrating, that you are making headlines in your own, what I did not say. So don't do it, please. And so I believe in press freedom. I believe in freedom of expression. You can share, but but whatever I am saying, it has to be there as it is. So thank you very much for watching this video, and hopefully I'm going to tell the in Bangla in my Facebook page, but very brief is I asked that question the State Department, the situation that they responded in a very strong manner, and you will see the report very soon. Thank you very much. Bye.